Are you facing challenges in your health? Then Dr. Suleiman Clinic and Labs is here to provide you with the lasting solutions to your health problems. Dr. Suleiman Clinic and Labs is specialized and offers consulting in psychiatry, internal medicine, cardiology, urology, dermatology, gynecology, infectious diseases, and infertility. At Dr. Suleiman Clinic and Labs, we offer 3D/4D scan at just 5,000 francs, emergency ambulance, free ultrasound scan, and free medical consultations. Our staff is composed of well-trained doctors with good laboratory and best equipment. We are located in 2 cities, Boya at Mile 18 Bolifamba, and in Douala, we are located at Entrée Pilote. You can reach us through the telephone number 694-940-172. Your health is at the right place with Dr. Suleiman.
Welcome to another episode of live broadcast for Your Health Today with Dr. Solomon. The last session we spoken about ADHD, which is Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. Today we're going to touch up 5 minutes on that subject, then we'll move to the next subject, which is very important topic, male impotence. So remember what we said the last time about the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. As the name suggests, the boy or the child cannot focus on doing anything at the time. He has to be jumping from one place to another. Hopefully we'll have a video to play after in a few minutes or so. The child will be jumping from one place to another, or in other terms, you cannot leave the child alone for a minute because he will be grabbing this, destroying that. He cannot just stay quiet for 1 minute. The teacher will also be complaining about the child, grades are dropped. He's always distracted. The easiest, the smallest thing is distracting the child. That is by definition attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And sometimes the child does not speak for few months to years late. And the reason for that, like we explained the last time, is that child has so many things to do in his head. So he does not have the time really to answer you back when you talk to him, because there is a list of things to do in his head, and he's basically confused. Which one do I do? Do I do this, or do I do this, or do I do this? So the minute he jumps to catch the key or to play with the key, he remembers, no, there is a TV there. He remembers, no, there is a ball of something there. He remembers, no, he has to slap this. He remembered. So all those things that he has in his head confusing him to a degree that he does not know what to do next. So if you talk to him, you have to distinguish between somebody who is deaf, he cannot hear, and somebody who is ADHD, and somebody who is autistic. Those are 3 different things. Basically, if you call your child name and the child answers back or looks at you, that means the hearing is okay. The child hears you and he looks at you. That means he already recognized that this is his name and I'm answering back. Okay? So now, autistic child, a deaf child will not hear, period. An autistic child will give a sign that he hears, but he is not interested in what you have to say or what you have to do. An ADHD, he is too busy. He will give a sign that he is not deaf. He will give a sign, you will get his attention when you call his name, but this is for only a fraction of a second, but he will go back to his own agenda, the things that he's confused about what to do next. Let me see this video, and then maybe we'll have a clearer picture on what is ADHD all about. So he cannot stay in one place. You always have to touch something, eh? Yes. Cannot focus. Hey, how are you? What do you want? You want my keys? Huh? You like my keys? Huh? He does not speak yet.
Yeah. Huh?
At the age of 3.
At the age of 3. And he's always on the fly. He's always distracted by something, correct? All right, we know what the problem is.
À l'école.
À l'école.
La maîtresse, c'est quoi?
À l'école, sa maîtresse dit qu'il est... Il est...
So you see in the child, he's all over the place. And this is now his first time in the clinic, but he got adjusted so quick and now he has to go and explore everything, touch everything, because that's what is in his head. And by the way, we've spoken also about ADHD does not happen only in small children. Adults can have it, men can have it, women can have it. It just presents differently. He will also be confused, meaning that's, for example, if you're a student, you know that you have an exam in a couple of days, but you don't know what to study first. You are, like there is a lot of things to do, but you cannot focus. The treatment is very simple. Just a couple of medication that you will take and a few sessions of therapy, and he will be fine. The medication takes effect after about 2 weeks. After about 2 weeks of taking the medicine, not immediately, you will see improvement, but major improvement in about 2 weeks because of how the drug behave in your body. Okay, not like every medication has a different way to behave. Now we're gonna move now to the most interested topic that a lot of people was asking about to discuss, which is sexual weakness. Sexual weakness and impotence, male impotence. And then if you please can show me the video and then we discuss.
Okay, tell us again, what brings you to Dr. Suleiman?
About inflection or when I'm making love, my girlfriend not discharge very fast.
Your girlfriend saying you discharge very fast?
I feel it.
You feel it, okay.
You don't stay.
Did she complain?
Yes.
She complained that you reach your orgasm before she reaches her own.
Yes.
And how long since this problem has been going on? For how long?
1 year.
1 year. Before the 1 year you were fine?
Yeah, before 1
You
year.
were with the same girlfriend?
No.
Was it a different one?
Yeah, no.
That previous one didn't complain? The previous one didn't complain about this discharging very fast?
The first one,
She didn't complain?
yeah, by that time, I don't know, it's just that I was not having the
Desire.
reflection.
You did not have that problem at first?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let me ask you a couple of questions, okay? In the morning when you wake up, do you have an erection?
Yes.
Is it a strong erection?
Mm-hmm.
So now when you say you discharge very fast, is this the first time or the second time? So, sir, we're doing the ultrasound now, and this is the right testicle. And the right testicle will show also a little bit of microlithiasis. This is microlithiasis here, the shiny spots. So we have microlithiasis here in this testicle. Okay, a little bit of fluid, but there is no hydrocele, there is nothing there. So it looks okay. So now doing the second testicle, we'll see microlithiasis all over the place. Microlithiasis, this is shiny spots, this is all microlithiasis. Okay, so this is what we found in this man. This is a second case today only with the same problem. Okay, thank you very much.
All right. So, by the way, that's a young man, late 20s, early 30s, something like that. Okay, and that was the second case in the same day with the same problem. So, let me tell you something. This problem, sexual weakness among men, about 33% of the population have it, of the male population have it. Okay, it can vary from one country to another, but we very much stay at the same, percent. About third of the population, male population, have sexual impotence. A lot of people do not like to talk about it. A lot of people do not like to expose it. They feel a bit shy or taken away when they come to a clinic and discuss such a thing. And we're talking about young men. It is understandable, even with older men, they should not have sexual weakness. When you get old, the sex is there. The power of sexual erection is there. Things just get a bit slower, but nobody should have a weak erection. When we have a weak erection and sexual weakness, it is for a reason. It is for a reason. But normally, nobody, even if you're 200 years old, you still should have maintained your sexual power, and you still should have a good erection and enjoy your sexual life. Only difference between a young man and an older man is the duration of the sexual intercourse. Older people take a bit longer than younger men to reach orgasm. Now, that is the normal. So do not, have the false belief that, oh, I'm old and it is normal for my sexual power to decrease, and I'm old and that is normal for me to have weak erection or no erection. The general rule here that applies perfectly to sexual weakness is use it or lose it. Meaning, if you do not use your sexual organs, over time, you will lose the capacity and the power to use them. It's just like an exercising muscle. When you exercise your muscle, it grows and it's functional. If you do not exercise, then you will lose the functionality of that muscle. The same thing applies to your sexual organs. You understand? So if a man out there does not have sex, with time, he will lose the sexual power and he will get sexual weakness, because that rule applies. Use it or lose it. Let me just give you a small background about sex and the sexual power for men. A lot of people think that sex has to do from the waist down, below the waist. Sex is all about what is below the waist. And this is wrong. This is a part of it, the smaller part of it. The bigger part of the sex is actually what is above your shoulder, the head. It's all about your head. So, if you need to have a good sexual power and health, you must be very clear up in the head. When someone wants to have erection, you must be in a relaxation mood, or what we call it in medicine, parasympathetic mode. Forget about the fancy names, we're not gonna use them. You have to be relaxed. In order for me to have erection, I have to be relaxed. The opposite is not possible, meaning the opposite of relaxation. If you running for your life, somebody chasing you, or you are afraid of something, or you fighting somebody, fight or flight state, can you possibly have an erection? Less likely. I don't think so. So that means, number one, we have to be relaxed. Relaxed meaning we are stress-free. And some people don't understand the word stress. Stress meaning a disease, that's a stressor. Constipation, that you cannot stool for a few days, that's also a stressor. Emotional stress, you're thinking about income, what I'm gonna buy tomorrow, what I'm gonna get money from tomorrow, how I'm gonna deal with the wife, how I'm gonna deal with this, how I'm gonna deal with that. This is all stressors that adds up and deviate your mind from the relaxation mode. So again, in order for me to have erection, I must be in a relaxed mode. If your finger pains, that will interfere with your sexual capacity and power. So we have to eliminate all the stressors. We have to be in a relaxed mode to have a good sexual life. Is that possible? We try our best. Nobody is free of stress. But I'm telling you, when you stress, when you have an organic disease, even constipation, that will affect your performance during your sexual behavior with the wife or with the sexual partner.